Hello, everybody. This is Lips from the band Anvil. You are listening and watching CMS TV.
The most exciting and most talked about show today is Chris Aiken Presents. If you like great interviews, real road stories, and more, then Chris Aiken, Eric Ferentinos, and their cast of characters have the show that you need to watch. Catch the show live on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern at chrisaiken.net, CMS TV, Wowza TV, Rumble, and X. There's always lunacy happening on Chris Aiken Presents.
Our fans checking in with all kinds of interesting block of music there.
Yeah, it was.
It's kind of odd, but that's what makes the show what it is, because it's
right.
You just never know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's just like a box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get.
That's right, Forrest. Now I'm gonna fuck the doctor so I can get you a new pair of shoes.
Exactly. That movie Forrest Gump always bothered me.
Really? I love that movie. You don't like that movie?
I'm not saying it's not a good movie. It always bothered me from the relationship aspect. This Forrest guy held this candle for this Jenny chick for literally decades.
Mm-hmm.
And she ditched out on him all the time.
Yeah.
And only when she was sick and dying of AIDS did she finally give herself up to him, and all
he was rich.
Well, again, that's so bothersome. It's just like so she ran around fucking every guy on the planet, living life whatever she decided to do.
Mm-hmm.
And not until she was sick and dying of AIDS that she decided, oh well, I'm going to be yours now. It's like, I'll just give you what scraps are left.
Yeah. Well, because she knew he was a and would take those scraps.
Well, of course. But
if he was a normal thinker,
Jenny,
if he was a normal thinker, he'd have been like, "Beat it, you whore."
Yeah, exactly.
But instead, he was like, "I will cut the grass by the tree where you're buried, there, Jenny. I love you, Jenny. I'm afraid to fuck you, but I'm going to do it one time."
He wasn't afraid to fuck her because he ended up with a kid out of the mess.
But remember that whole scene of he was afraid to fuck her, but she fucking raped him. She raped a. Let's get into what that movie really is, if you really want to get into it.
Yeah.
Remember, like Forrest was kissing her or whatever, and he got back up and was like, "I don't know about this," and she's like, "Come here, here's some pussy for you."
Right, of course.
And then he had the smart kid. How embarrassing must that be that your fucking 6-year-old is smarter than you? I'm going to sit here by the mailbox till you get home, Forrest Gump.
Then I'm going to wait. Then I'm going to wait for this feather to fall, which is your mother, Jenny.
Yep, that's Jenny. I'm going to name all my boats Jenny because I'm too fucking stupid to come up with a different name.
But no, that's just not right, man. It's just unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. There are guys out there that hold this torch.
Oh yeah.
This one unfaithful, ungrateful, gold digging whore.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Forrest did. He carried his entire life, and only went after she was all wrung out and worn out and just beat up, then he gets what's left over, just the scraps.
And he gets a hollowed out pussy that's fucking diseased. That's what he got.
You got the scraps.
Dude, think about this. And I've always thought about this. Since we're picking this movie apart, I'm happy to do this. Do you remember the scene when he was marrying Jenny?
Yes.
And Lieutenant Dan comes up and he does the whole, "You've got new legs."
His magic legs.
Lieutenant Dan, you've got new legs.
Right, of course.
What do you think Lieutenant Dan was thinking when he goes, Lieutenant Dan, this is my Jenny? You know, Dan, who was fucking a real man.
Yes.
A real man.
Yes.
He was thinking, so this is the whore you named all the boats after? You know that's what he was thinking.
And
he wasn't thinking, oh, how sweet.
No, he was thinking, but at least she's hotter than my fat Asian wife.
Yeah.
Here's
Forrest.
my fat Asian wife that I have.
Well, what's he going to do? He doesn't have any fucking legs. He's got to fuck anything that's going to fuck him. He's getting ass because he has money. Because his legs aren't any longer than his dick.
Right, of course.
So, he's happy to get the Asian whore. Asian whores suck good dick. So he's happy to have that. But he's struggling to walk up to this fucking tree in the middle of nowhere. For him, that's like running a marathon to get from the parking lot to this fucking wedding reception on these brand new legs.
Right.
And he walks up and Forrest is like, this is my Jenny there, Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, well, again,
isn't she purty?
This is the whole, carrying that torch, forever for this ungrateful, undeserving whore.
Yeah, for a whore.
Yeah.
That whole movie was, when you really break down, it's supposed to be an uplifting story. It really is a story of a bunch of shitty people.
It fucking pissed me off.
It is a story about a bunch of shitheads.
I mean, granted, Tom Hanks is not exactly the most reputable person in the world.
No, not at all.
But if you separate him from the character he played in the movie, and again, it's just so funny that they centered this whole movie around all the cultural things that we all remember.
Yes.
All of it. Forrest was responsible for everything cultural.
Yes, he was.
Pop culture, Forrest was responsible for.
He did it all. He did it all. But I mean, think about everybody in the movie this movie, every single person was as big, except for Forrest Gump, was a shithead to the level of like The Sopranos, how every character in The Sopranos was an asshole. Yeah. Think about it. The mother was a whore. The mother was happy to suck the principal's dick and the doctor's dick just to get young Forrest some shoes and get him into class.
But again, this is the only value women have, is the fact that they either have pussy or they could suck a good dick.
And that was her only value in Greenbow, Alabama.
Right, of course.
I want my Forrest to get in your class, so whip that dick out and let me suck on it. So she's a fucking piece of shit. The principal's a piece of shit. The doctor's a piece of shit. Quite honestly, Lieutenant Dan's a piece of shit.
Well, they're all a piece of shit.
Everybody in the movie, every single person, the coach of the football team, piece of shit.
Yeah, Jenny.
Get out there and run.
Yeah, of course.
Jenny's a piece of shit. The boyfriend that goddamn Nixon, or whatever he says, that guy, he's a piece of shit. The Black Panthers are pieces of shit. Everybody in that movie is a piece of shit except Forrest.
If you put it in a hierarchy, who was the top of the list piece of shit?
Jenny.
Jenny, of course.
Jenny is the Janice of that movie.
Yeah, she was the piece of shit.
Yes, Ben, the mother was a piece of shit. She was a whore. The mother threw pussy just to get people to come and stay at the house in Greenbow. She had to suck their dick. Then she sucked every dick that was needed to get Forrest an education and to get, he needs those braces on his legs. She was a whore.
Yeah. Well, somehow he learned how to dance because Elvis was their friend.
Yeah. You don't think the mom fucking blew Elvis? That's why she was upset when Forrest was watching him shake his hips.
Right.
Because she'd seen it fucking as it rubbed on her fucking clit. Bubba? Yeah, Bubba was not a piece of shit.
No, Bubba was just as...
He was as retarded as Forrest.
So they kept them from being a piece of shit because they didn't know any better.
Yeah. Being stupid kept them from being vicious.
Right.
But even Bubba's mom was a piece of shit. They hand Bubba that money. What's the first thing she does? gets a house and fucking hires a white slave. Bring me my soup.
Right.
She's a piece of shit too. Everybody in that movie, piece of shit. Except I'll give Bubba. Bubba's a good one.
Yeah. Well, but again, he was as well.
Yeah. So he didn't know any better. He didn't know to be a dick. If he'd have watched what his mom did, he'd have been an asshole too. I don't want you on my boat, Bubba. Fucking movie is terrible. I love the movie though. As much as I'm goofing on it, I totally love it. But I've thought the exact same thing you're thinking too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be this uplifting, fun, oh my God, so well written and, whatever.
Well, I remember the day watching it for the first time.
Sure.
With the girl that I was with at the time. And she, of course, she didn't have that same takeaway as I did.
Oh, yeah. She probably thought it was wonderful.
She did. She thought it was, this is the greatest movie ever, and what a fantastic movie, and it's so emotional, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, this fucking he held a torch for this chick all his life. He crossed paths with her a half a dozen times through the movie, and every fucking time she blew him off.
Yeah.
She ran off with the hippie group. She was out there partying on New Year's Eve, and she ran off and left him again. And she just kept up picking up and leaving his ass.
Yeah.
And he, I just love my Jenny. I love my Jenny. It's like, you.
Yeah. Just tell him I'm not gonna fuck you, and then you did anyway.
You're just a drug-addled whore.
Yeah, that's all she was.
Yeah,
I agree. Fully agree with you on that.
So that movie just pissed me off. It was just like I've known women in my life who are not necessarily like that specifically,
right?
But I just. I don't know if that movie was insufferable. I mean,
I think he's saying Forrest himself was insufferable.
Was he? He was a.
You
got to give him a break. He was on the spectrum, as they say these days.
I invested in Apple, but they still let me cut the grass here at the high school. Yeah, no shit, because you're a fucking.
Right.
That's why they know you're worth $1 billion, but they don't care. Get out there and mow that grass. It's all you're good for, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, being on the cutting edge of every cultural thing that we're familiar with today with, again, you mentioned Apple and then the whole have a nice day thing. And,
all of it.
Meeting JFK.
Yeah.
And meeting
John Lennon,
yeah, of course, and being a part of the Vietnam War, and
right?
Being a speaker at one of the main protests over there in Washington D.C.
Right,
just by happenstance, he just stumbled into everything.
Did you laugh at the end of this? Is the one really hard laugh I still get every time I watch that movie. Remember when he spoke and it got all unplugged by the cops or whatever?
Talking about that.
Yeah. And then they plug it in right at the end and he goes, and that's what I got to say about that. And then he walks off and the one guy goes up there real somber and he goes, Forrest Gump. And everybody cheers, Gump.
Right,
get the fuck out of here with that.
Of course.
Makes me laugh every time I see it.
Assured Window Cleaning specializes in window cleaning, chandelier cleaning, blind cleaning, gutter cleaning, and post-construction cleaning. In business since 1947, Assured Window Cleaning has proudly been serving its customers in Cleveland for 75 years. As a family-owned and operated business, Assured Window Cleaning has built their reputation on trust and delivering the best results possible. When you need window cleaning services for your home or business, contact Assured Window Cleaning. We're one of the top window cleaning companies in all of Cleveland for both residential and commercial. Visit our website today at www.assuredwindowcleaning.com or call us at 440-989-0122 for a quote. And remember, everybody knows Tony. Contact Assured Window Cleaning today.